princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the Cosrx AHA7 Whitehead Power Liquid. This used to have a very different name and it was changed because there's negative connotations in the Western world, so now it is just a Whitehead Power Liquid instead of what it used to be. I picked this up quite a long time ago and I have been using it for quite some time, so you can see that it's just under half empty. I did stop using it while I was using the Sunday Riley Good Jeans because I wanted to see if the Good Jeans, being absolutely more expensive, was actually that much better than this exfoliator. So if you don't know what this is as well, it's an AHA exfoliator and this one has glycolic acid in it, which isn't too irritating to the skin. Or is it the most irritating to the skin? I need to find my chart again. But this is something that you can apply to your skin after you cleanse it, and it's going to help remove a lot of the texture and the dead skin from the top of your skin. So the product description says, this glycolic acid powered exfoliant gets rid of whiteheads and refines an uneven complexion. Counting on apple water, which contains natural AHA and glycolic acid, the power liquid helps dissolve whiteheads and blackheads as well as other impurities inside the skin. Apply only at night on cleansed and toned face, using clean hands or a cotton pad. Wait until it's fully absorbed before proceeding with the rest of your skin regime. Use sunscreen during the daytime. So this exfoliant has really simple but functional packaging. It has a pump on top and it does come with a cap. I wish that a lot of my oil cleansers came with a cap also. That would make my life a lot easier. The exfoliant itself is clear in colour and has a strong odour. I don't find it too unpleasant, but it's not something that I enjoy smelling. So you can use your hands to apply this, but I prefer using a cotton round just to minimise the amount of exfoliant that gets on my hands. Otherwise my hands start to feel actually really like dry and flaky and I don't like that. So I'm just going to put 2 pumps onto the cotton pad. It is extremely liquidy, which is why I made like a little dent into the pad. And then I'm simply going to swipe that all over my face, starting with my T-zone, which is the place where I want the most of the exfoliant. This is more prone to congestion. And then I'm going to finish off with swiping the rest on my cheeks, which are a little bit more sensitive and dry, so I'm getting the least amount of product on there. Be careful not to put it on your eyes or in your mouth because I'm sure your skin will not like it. And do avoid any sensitive areas because I can feel a little bit of burning, which is not great. I do bring a little bit down my neck as well. And that is it. I let mine sit on my skin for maybe like 10 minutes before I go on with the rest of my skincare, but I don't find that the wait time has very much effect on my skin. I just prefer to let it sink in really nicely, so sometimes I wait maybe like 2 minutes, but generally it's about 10 while I like get dressed for bed and do other things like that in the meantime. I have been using this exfoliant for about a year and I do feel that it has really great effects on my skin. Physically it makes my skin feel really smooth and it does get rid of a lot of the texture on my skin. It does also even out a little bit of hyperpigmentation in my skin, I feel personally, but it's not quite as effective for that as like a vitamin C serum or serums that contain niacinamide or arbutin. So for me, I really use this for the texture in my skin. I also only use it maybe like 3 or 4 times per week at a max, and I usually use mine at night time, though I am using it in the morning today just because the sunlight is better in the morning for you to see. So as you guys saw, I actually applied this in the morning, and you can apply it in the morning, although I would definitely recommend doing it at night time. I'm only doing it in the morning because I'm not actually going outside today, although I am sitting in front of a window. I do have my sunscreen on as well, which is a prerequisite for using a chemical exfoliant. Even if you use this at nighttime, you should still use your sunscreen during the day because your skin will remain sun sensitive for like 4 or 5 days, even if you only use it once. I think a lot of people think that if they only use their chemical exfoliants at night, they won't need to use a sunscreen during the day, and that's totally untrue. Just wear your sunscreen if you're going outside, please. As for effectiveness, I can't really show you any results like in pictures or anything like that because it's not a product where you put it on and you immediately see results or like see that many tangible results for me. My skin is fairly clear. It's not got that much acne at the moment, and you can't really see the texture on my skin. I tried to get videos of like what my skin looked like when it is textured, so like when it has like little tiny bumps, but they didn't show up on the camera. So there wasn't anything to show you. But like when I feel my skin, my forehead is especially bad for congestion texture. It just feels smooth. It doesn't feel perfect. It doesn't feel like fake skin or anything like that, but it does feel really nice. This is also pretty inexpensive, so in New Zealand dollars it's about like $23 to $24, which I think in like US is maybe like 17 or 18. So if you're comparing it to a lot of other AHAs on the market, it is really cheap. So if you are beginning with your chemical exfoliants, Cosrx is actually a brand that I would totally recommend because they are a little bit more gentle and they are a lot cheaper. It's sort of like a no frills brand. Like, the packaging is nice and plain, but it's functional. Yeah, it may be not as pretty as like the Sunday Riley Good jeans, but it's like, I don't know, like a quarter of the price at least. I think even more, and you get more actual product in it. So it's also a really great way to find out if glycolic acid is a good acid for your skin, because it really doesn't contain very much else. It'll show you if your skin is sensitive to using glycolic acid or if glycolic acid works really well. My skin can tolerate acids pretty well generally, so I have no problems using the glycolic acid. My skin also really likes lactic acid, and I didn't bring it in with me, but it also really likes azelaic acid as well. So it doesn't really like BHAs, so my skin doesn't do that well with salicylic acids, which I found out by using they're like peeling pads. But it's inexpensive enough that if you're taking a gamble on your skin enjoying using this acid, if it doesn't pay off, you haven't wasted too much money. So I definitely feel results from using this Whitehead Power Liquid.